said yes. Just because I'd renounced all men didn't mean I couldn't find love. And how bad could it be, right? At first, not so bad. In fact, pretty great. She loved to cook, she braided my hair, she gave me the best pedicures, and we were the same shoe size. But then, she started acting like I'd adopted her. She would never leave my dorm, and I hated it when she used my towel and my hairbrush. She was clingy and needy, and constantly needed validation that she was the most important person in my life. So, if your mother and I were hanging off a cliff, holding on for dear life, and you could only save one person, who would it be? My mother, obviously. Seriously, I've known you for a month. Mom carried me in her womb for 8 more months than that. I thought it was a reasonable answer, but she totally lost it. She broke half the things in my room and threw the other half out the window before she stormed off. Then she started stalking me everywhere I went. I tried talking to my other friends about how unsafe I felt, but they all laughed it off. Yeah, if you're dating a guy and complain about him, everyone shows you sympathy. But no one comforts you if it's a girl. Oh, come on, she's barely 5 feet and she looks totally harmless. What could she possibly do to you? Only after she tried kidnapping me did anyone take things seriously. She was expelled from the university and I got a restraining order. And after that, I swore off girls too. Then in my junior year, Sophie showed up at my dorm one day with the worst news. Clive proposed to me. You're kidding. Man, that loser is so out of your league. Don't worry, sis. I know how to handle this. Just send Clive a breakup text. Tell him he stinks, he makes you want to puke, and you never want to see him again. No, I love Clive. I said yes, and our wedding is in 4 weeks. I just came to ask you if you'd be my maid of honor. I couldn't believe this. I thought Clive was just a phase. I wanted to yell at the top of my lungs, "Don't do this, you'll ruin your life." But instead, I caved in and said yes. I mean, was I allowed to say no? When I got back home for Sophie's wedding, I tried to keep an open mind about Clive. But Clive was horrible. He had no sense of humor, he was boring, and he totally ignored Sophie to spend all his time with his friends or fixing his dumb car. So when it was time to make my maid of honor speech, well, things got out of hand. Here's to Sophie and Clive. Clive is dumber than an ant, he smells like a rotten egg, and his face reminds me of a horse's butt. What are you doing? Sophie, I don't know how you can stand him. Are you marrying him for his money? Oops, I forgot he's broke. Look, we both know this marriage isn't gonna last, so why don't we cut to the chase now, and I can get you out of that tacky wedding dress Clive bought you from the dollar store. Sophie got so mad that she threw the wedding cake at me, Clive's mom cried, and the rest of the bridal party chased me out of the building. The next day, I was packing my bags to leave when Sophie came to my room. I thought she'd punch my face, but instead, she took my hand. Listen, Nora, I'm not like you, okay? I'm not bitter, I'm not angry, and I don't hate men. I chose Clive, and if you want me in your life, you'll have to respect that. Okay, but you're making a huge mistake. You're the one making the mistake. Love is real, and one day, I hope you'll understand. I was only trying to do the right thing, but clearly Sophie was too blind to appreciate it. But when I got back to my university, my life turned upside down. My friends and I went to a restaurant to celebrate my birthday, but when we got there, the waiter told us our table was booked. 3 dumb guys were sitting there laughing and joking. But I booked this table a week ago.
My apologies, ma'am. It was our mistake. Maybe you could come back tomorrow?
Just as I was about to snap at the waiter, one of the guys from the table walked up to us. His name was Chris. He had movie star hair, a $1 million smile, and a perfect body.
Why don't you girls join us? There's plenty of room, and we won't bother you.
That's a horrible idea. Don't mind Nora. She's just kidding. The next thing I knew, we were sitting at their table, and Chris talked to me all night. To my surprise, he wasn't the absolute worst. He worked in a private security firm as a bodyguard, and all his crazy stories made me laugh. At the end of the evening, he even asked me for my number. Don't get any ideas. I'm not interested in a relationship.
Neither am I. I was thinking we could be friends.
After that, Chris and I talked and texted every night, and soon, we started hanging out almost every day. No, we weren't dating. We were just, okay, fine, it's true. Every time he was close, his cologne made me dizzy, and when he looked at me, my stomach did that weird thing that it does after I eat too much cheese. And if his hand brushed against mine, I started having acid reflux. Yeah, I let my guard down and fell in love, okay? And I wasn't the only one.
I know we're supposed to be friends, but I love you, Nora, and I think we're meant to be together. Like the moon in the night sky, like the bees and the flowers, like water in a well.
Just shut up and kiss me. Soon after I'd graduated and moved in with Chris, he got a job as a bodyguard to protect this beautiful pop star Sasha. Yeah, I know y'all have heard about her. Sasha, the gorgeous singing sensation who ended up dating her ex-bodyguard Damon? Yeah, that one. Sasha was going on tour, and for months, Chris was off traveling from city to city, and it got kinda lonely. Then one day, Mom and Sophie came to visit.
Oh, Nora, my poor baby. You must be so sad.
What are you talking about?